What up, unicorns? Long time no see. I've missed you guys. I have been on placement, which is, I guess the best way to describe it is work experience. I did full-time work in an alternative education, which is basically a school for kids who have been excluded for a variety of reasons from mainstream school. I loved it, but I was so tired, and of course I still had my normal workload of study as well as having to do my 40 hours a week on placement with the young people, and just working with young people in general is very, very emotionally tiring. So unfortunately my YouTube channel has suffered because of that, but I'm now on study break, and yeah, I'm so exhausted, as you can probably see by the bags underneath my eyes, and I have really neglected my self-care. I've been doing my usual like healthy eating, getting enough sleep, that kind of thing, but I have not had any time for like looking after my skin the way I normally like to. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make a matcha green tea face mask. This one is really good for acne. And you guys know with my polycystic ovarian syndrome, it gives me some grief with acne around my chin, and I do have a couple of spots at the moment. Not too bad at the moment. Can't really complain too much. They used to be a lot worse, my pre-vegan days. But anyway, let's get started with it. These are the ingredients you're going to need. We have bentonite clay. You can get that off the likes of eBay or Amazon. I got this off Trade Me, which is like New Zealand's equivalent. I have a rosehip oil. You don't need to use rosehip oil. I like rosehip oil, but olive oil will do. Rosehip oil I don't find to be expensive, but it's not cheap either. So like if you've got olive oil sitting in your kitchen, you can use that instead. Don't run out and buy things if you're not going to use them again. Green tea powder, otherwise known as matcha, the star of the show, and a bit of tea tree oil, just a couple of drops, also very, very good for acne. A little bit of water. I don't really measure it, I just kind of pour it in as I'm mixing, and yeah. And then I'm just drinking green tea to keep the theme. Why not? And then I've just got a wee bowl to mix it in, measurements, a fork to mix it in, and a jar to store it in. A little bit too big, but that's all I got, so that's what we're going to do it with. So let's get started. We're going to start with the clay, 2 tablespoons of that, and half a teaspoon of matcha green tea powder, half a teaspoon of the rosehip oil. Oh, much more tea tree than what I intended, but that's okay, it smells beautiful. And then I'm just going to start mixing while adding a little bit of water. I think I just added maybe half a tablespoon. Needs a bit more. Maybe another half of a tablespoon. That tea tree smells amazing. Right, now I'm going to add about a tablespoon now, because I can see it definitely needs more than what I've added. There we go, now it's starting to come together. And another half. So I think I have used 2.5 this time. So it's just till you get it to the right consistency. Sorry about the lighting, but this will give you an idea of the consistency you want. Don't worry about the lumps, they're fine. You don't want it too thick because it will be hard to spread on your face, and you don't want it too thin because it will drip off your face. Got my wee mirror out. Tie up my hair because you don't really want this in your hair. I don't think it would do anything to it, but you know. Bun going on, and then let's just put that on our skin. Any lumps you can just smooth out as you're putting it on. That's why I say they're no worries, because they just do kind of smooth out. Like there's one gone, and no one, gone, don't worry about them. I mean, if they are an issue to you, you can always just use a whisk while you're mixing it. Like if you want to give this as a gift, then you do probably want it to look a little bit smoother, but if it's just for you, no stress. Now I like to bring it down underneath my chin, because that is where, if you have hormonal acne like I do because of polycystic or for whatever reason, that is where your acne likes to hang out. So I like to bring it down there. It's a look, isn't it? It really is a look. Oh, it's a sexy look, isn't it? Settle down there, settle down. Alright, this is how much I have left. Maybe 2 more applications, 3 if you stretch it. I store it in the fridge for 2 weeks. Just fine, no worries. If it does start to dry out, just add a little bit of hot water just as you go to use it, and then mix that in, and that'll be absolutely fine. I'm going to leave it on for 5-10 minutes. It's already starting to dry out, so yeah, it's almost dry at the moment actually, so I can actually probably wash it off in a second or 2, and that's really it. So if you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, and do drop down in the comments below if you want to see more of these kinds of videos. I like to know what you guys want to see, and I'll see you next time. Bye!